What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZORA today. In this video, I'd like to do things a little bit differently. I want to start off talking about the long-term prospects of ZORA, where I believe we're going to go by the end of the cycle, what the all-time highs will look like, and what we can expect to see. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 15th day of October, and here we are at about 10.75 cents right now. ZORA looking immaculate right now, up 16%, while the rest of the market's kind of taken a dive. Bitcoin's, coming down a little bit with the open of the stock market today. ZORA, for those of you that don't know, I don't really know how to explain what ZORA is. I think that in the most simplistic terms, what I could how I would explain it is, it's like Facebook but decentralized, right? It's a social media app but decentralized. Okay, there's no Mark Zuckerberg, there's no Tom, there's no Elon Musk running things, right? I mean, I guess BALAJIS is running things. He's the founder of the project, and he oversees a lot of the development and stuff. But ZORA is a decentralized social media network, essentially, right? And it gives power and monetization, as far as power for monetization goes, back to the influencers and the content creators, stuff like that. So, anyways, it's got a $482 million market cap, and that's pretty low. It's not the highest market cap, it's not the lowest market cap, but it's low enough where there's a lot of room for growth as far as investments go. So if you invest now, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, this thing could see upwards of a 100x, which would be at about a $50 billion market cap, okay? That's a lot of money. It's not a small amount of money at all, and that's not a small amount of gains to see at all. But it is achievable. Shiba Inu, which for those of you that don't know, Shiba Inu is a meme coin of a meme coin, right? It's a meme coin of Doge, which Doge is the OG meme coin itself. It saw a $50 billion market cap in its first cycle. I think this thing has the same potential, if not more than that. I don't believe that we'll see a 200x. I don't think that we're going to see a $100 billion market cap, or probably anywhere near that. Typically, coins in their first cycle, successful coins that are showstoppers, that gain a lot of traction, they'll see a 20 to 60 billion dollar market cap in their first cycle. And this is based off of my experience in the markets. I've been in 3 crypto bull markets now, so I'm just saying this based off of what I've seen. If you have top performing coins in one cycle, typically a 20 to 60 billion dollar market cap is attainable. It's pretty attainable for those coins. So $50 billion being right in that range, 100x is possible. Am I saying that ZORA is going to see a 100x from here, that we're going to see an $11 or $10 price? No. I'm just saying it can happen. We could even see a $15 price. We could see more than that, but I'm getting beside myself talking about the market cap potential there. Now, if we overlay that potential with what we see here in the charts, we take our all-time high and put it at the low here. We take our high from the listing on Coinbase to the low here as well. We overlay those, and then we look at something that might resemble anything between a $20 billion market cap and a $60 billion market cap. 100x, by the way, right, is up at a $50 billion market cap. That would then imply that a 50x is at $25 billion. Okay, so let's see where a 50x would take us, or something in proximity to that. Look at that. So about a 50x right here actually does take us in proximity to this $5.20, $5.50 area, this zone here where we've actually got a couple of fibs lining up, the 5618 and the, what is that? Is that the 3786? Something up in that area there. There's really not a whole lot of significance as far as Fibonacci extensions go, right, up in these areas. The only thing after this is the 4618 of the more relevant fib that we have here, which is not a 100x. It's definitely not a 50x. It's far away from that. It's closer to about a 137x, which, if I had to guess, I'd say a 137x is possible for ZORA. But that might be the kind of the limitations that we could see. That might be the maximum of your limitations that we could see. A $15 ZORA is pretty damn high, but it is attainable. I would say it is attainable by the end of the cycle. Again, a 100 and let's just round up. Let's say 140x. 100x from here would be 50 billion. 40x would be about $70 billion, right? I want to say it'd be about $70 billion. So that's a little bit outside of what I would think is normal, but it is attainable. I think a $70 billion market cap is attainable. However, I wouldn't put my money on it, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I wouldn't bet that $15 doesn't happen. I wouldn't bet against it, but I wouldn't bet on it either. I feel more confident saying that something between probably like a $10 price or a, let's say, a $4 price is very attainable between now and the end of the cycle, right? A lot of potential here for growth, something that will certainly outperform the average altcoin. That's my expectation at the moment. Okay, so looking at it here at 10.8 cents. Now shifting gears a little bit, talking about the more short-term stuff. I do believe that we have some turbulence, some volatility coming our way, right? ZORA down here had immense potential to explode. We had this massive sell-off, right? This massive sell-off in trend. We had a very massive pump as a result of that. You know, letting loose the goose now, we're seeing some bullish tension being released. But I don't think that this is just a nonstop party train to victory and glory, right? It's not that simple. It's not that easy. Typically, in moments like this, where we see the rest of the market kind of, let's say, get upset and volatile and moving down, whenever you have coins like this that run up, people make the wrong decisions, and what they'll do is they'll sell their coins that are cheap, that are at discounts, that are moving down, and they'll flock to coins like this. They will literally buy the highs. But think about the people who bought down here. Think about the people who bought at lower levels, and you might be seeing prior areas of resistance here. This is a clear sell zone. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this is a clear sell zone. People here who buy here might get the bright idea to take profits on ZORA now and then buy all the cryptos that are at a discount right now at the same time too. So you've got two lines of thinking. Let me just address it again in case you're not clear as to what I'm saying here. There's two lines of thinking. One is, oh my God, I'm holding a coin that's going down. I need to flock to something that's going up, so I'm going to buy ZORA. It's up 16% today. That's a smart idea. I should do that. And it's not a smart idea. It's actually a really bad idea, right? I'm going to sell low and I'm going to buy high. And then you have the other people who did buy low who are thinking now, that was fun. I had a really good time buying low. I'm going to do that again, but all my money's tied up. So I'll sell high this coin, and then I'll buy low this coin or any other altcoin that's down today, of which there's a sea of red. There's a plethora of opportunity here, right? Some coins are up, some coins are down, but I'm just telling you, the smart money is probably going to rotate out of ZORA and put it into coins that are down right now. The dumb money is going to flock to ZORA, flock to Zcash because they're up right now. Nothing moves in a straight line. I very much believe ZORA has more to go. I don't think this move is done at all, but with massive growth, right like this from September 29th to October 10th, we saw a 3x. With massive growth tends to come consolidation phases. So I think that's what we're going to see now. We're already kind of seeing it here, right? You found resistance in this area. You got a lower high. I would assume that we do something of a higher low, lower high kind of dynamic. We'll probably consolidate in this range going into the end of the month. Then we'll break out, right? That's my thoughts here. Because people are desperate. And when people are desperate, that typically doesn't mean that we're just going to move up for you right now. It's never that easy. It's really never that easy. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. ZORA does have some turbulence here, right? We do have lower highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price here as well. No bearish divergence, but rejecting the overbought zone after getting into it's not a good look, right? Here, you were in the overbought zone, and then here you rejected it. What happened? You went down, right? We go back in time over here. Here you were getting in the overbought zone. Here you rejected it. It's not, see, like here you rejected it, but that's fine because you were already rejecting it before. But once you're getting into it and then you start rejecting it, that's when you go lower. Right? It's like here, you're getting oversold. Once you've started rejecting the oversold zone, that's when you started moving higher. You see? It's the same kind of concept. And here we just rejected. So I think that we will come down. I don't know how low we're going to go. Let's try and figure that out right now. Okay, let's try and figure that out. My guess just right off the bat is that we are going to go below this low. I don't know if we're going to go below this low. There is a scenario where we do not go below this low and where we do hold a higher low. There's that scenario as well. But something that likely does take us back to 9 cents or lower already is what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's take this high, the relative high from the 10th. We're not going to take the wicking low, but we are going to take this low over here. Man, what a fantastic opportunity. Imagine you had buy orders set up here for ZORA and they got hit. What a fantastic opportunity that was, man. Again, this drop, as much as there was buying pressure there, that probably just adds to the selling pressure here. Because now people are taking profits, right? It's easy money. Why wouldn't they? High to this low. You hit the golden ratio right on the head. I think that we're looking good here. 786, you went all the way up to your 886 area. Now, typically in these kind of situations, you'd expect one of three outcomes. One, you bounce off the golden ratio, which that's at about 9.7 cents. If we do that, ZORA is stronger than I'm giving it credit for right now, and it's actually going to move up very, very soon. We're on the 1 hour time frame. If we bounce off of 9.7, 9.8 cents, that area, and we come back up here, we're likely expanding to new highs that are well above 12.5 cents, okay? That's what would happen. If not, and the more likely outcome, in my opinion, would be that we go down to the 0.5 or 382 area, that would imply that we go down to about 9 cents to 8.4 cents, somewhere in that area. So maybe we do hold this low as a higher low. Maybe we do hold higher lows. Or option 3, we go below, and in which case I think it'd be time and it'd be appropriate to consider the extensions based off of this low to this high here, in which case we might expect to see a 7.5 cent price to a 6.6 cent price, something like that. And we could go all the way down there, 6.6 cents being the golden ratio, also being the area that we found support at before right here. I think that anything between 7.5 cents to 6.6 cents, in my opinion, at the moment, I think that's the most likely outcome. But there is a solid chance you could find support at 9 to 8.4 cents, and there's even a chance at 9.7 to 9.8 cents, but that would be the least likely outcome in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll definitely see. Using our handy dandy indicators again, the RSI is suggesting that we do go lower. The stochastics are as well, and the MACD, while being green for the moment, I think will come down. It looks like we're finding resistance right where we found resistance before. The last time, right before we crossed red here, and we saw a little bit of a pivot to the downside there. 4 hour time frame, looking at this here, rejecting the overbought zone twice, not a good look. Trying to make ways to new relevant highs both times, and both times providing less volume and even less volume. On Coinbase, the exchange with the most volume for a spot position in ZORA, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Stochastics rejecting the overbought zone as well, and we even do have bearish divergence on the MACD as well, so suggesting that we do go lower. I'm very much in the camp, in the belief that we will see ZORA go below this low here. So in which case I would say, you know, here we are now at 10.7 cents. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if we went below 8 cents again, okay? That would be my expectation at the moment. Looking at this on a daily time frame, we even have bearish divergence at the moment. Here we are with a double top in the RSI, and if we close here or lower, we'll actually have a little bit of a lower high with a higher high in the price. That is bearish divergence. Lower high here in the stochastics. Building momentum on the MACD here on the daily time frame. We're definitely in a good position overall. We're definitely showing strength overall. I very much believe that ZORA has more to go. I just think for the time being, we probably do pull back a little bit. I wouldn't expect that we continue to rally from here, especially with the lack of volume. So come back down to 9 cents, go below 9 cents, whatever. Find support there and then come back up. That'd be my expectation, right? Very phenomenal looking RSI overall, right? You had a very nice downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. Shifted that into like a sideways trend here, and then now you're just ripping and running. Come back down. Find a higher low, and then come back up to the overbought zone. We'll probably, in the end of October, see some revival in the price, some what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, recovery. We'll see some recovery. We'll see some exploration, right? We will see this thing venture to new all-time highs and all that stuff going into the end of this month and going into November. I very much expect that, but for the time being, I wouldn't be surprised if the growth took a back seat and instead what we saw was a little bit of consolidation. That's my expectation at the moment. But still, fantastic looking daily time frame. We look at the weekly time frame. It's too new. It's too new to really get a gauge on, right? We don't have a whole lot going on here. So overall, I guess I like the weekly RSI, but it is new. Now, I want to finish this video up talking about one other thing, okay? And it's something that I've talked about with ZORA a few times, and that is BALAJIS. BALAJIS, yes, BALAJIS is the founder of ZORA. It's a man, it's a person, all right, BALAJIS. BALAJIS, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's BALAJIS, like Bellagio, but BALAJIS. This coin is directly tethered to his account on ZORA, BALAJI's account on ZORA, and it's effectively the creator token for the person who created ZORA. It's like the creator token of the creator economy, effectively. And as you can see here, it's not quite the same. But like today, BALAJIS is up 13.6%, ZORA is up 16%. They tend to go hand in hand, right? Overall, from a low point here to a high point there, this thing saw 191% growth. ZORA saw 208% growth. They're pretty tit for tat. But there are moments like this where BALAJIS does explode a little bit more than ZORA, where we got a 13x here, and in that same time, ZORA saw a 2.8x, okay? So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but what I'm getting at here is that not right now, certainly not right now, I think we're going to consolidate, but sometime soon, whenever we do see new all-time highs, I would anticipate that ZORA ventures on to a 21-cent price, a 32-cent price, even a dollar price and beyond, right? We're going to venture to all those levels. And in that time, when ZORA sees, let's say, another 3x from here, I would think that BALAJIS has the potential to venture on to its new highs as well and see something of a 6x to a 12x, maybe even a 13x, in the same time that ZORA does its next 3x move from the current price, let alone from lower levels. So what I'm saying here is not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I am not saying instead of buying ZORA, you should be buying BALAJIS. I'm just saying, like any savvy investor, there's nothing wrong with spreading out and diversifying and maybe hedging your bets a little bit. The same way that an investor in XRP might invest in Stellar Lumens and Hedera Hashgraph HBAR, might you as a ZORA investor explore investing in BALAJIS or maybe other creator tokens on the ZORA ecosystem or other creator networks. Just a thought. This thing has a $5.7 million market cap. It's available actually on a couple of exchanges, if I'm not mistaken. Just on WeX or Weeks, whatever it is. But I think it's available on other exchanges too. But what's great about that is it's not on Coinbase yet. It's not on Binance yet, right? And if these exchanges acquire it, that will only send the price through the roof more, is what I'm trying to get at there. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coinbase did list this project at some point, but we'll see. You know, time will tell. $5.7 million market cap. You have immense potential for growth there. A 100x from here puts you at a $570 million market cap. Now, that's a lot of work. That's more than what ZORA's current market cap is right now. There's no way you're going to get there until ZORA is well past that point. This token in itself would likely never surpass ZORA in market cap, but it has the potential to do a lot of damage. If ZORA can do a 100x, this thing could do a multi-100x. Like crazy, crazy stuff could happen. So that's just the thought that I'll leave you with there. I do expect a lot of growth to happen for both of these projects. What's good for ZORA will be good for BALAJIS, and in contrast to that, or maybe in addition to that, what's bad for ZORA is also going to be bad for BALAJIS. So probably getting discounts on both of these coins over the coming days. That'd be my expectation. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I hope I've given you guys some things to think about with your next investments, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, none of it is. But my thoughts would be that once this thing's below 9 cents, probably even below 8 cents, it'll be a steal. It'll be a really obvious buying opportunity, and I will probably be buying more myself. I'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. Hit the like button. Bye-bye.